What's up guys, Zach from Good Time Gaming. Today I'm doing a little bit of a gaming preview slash gameplay video of Dead by Daylight. So there's a couple reasons why I'm doing this game. One, I've debated buying this game about like 4 or 5 times now because it kind of looks interesting, kind of looks cool. And two, it's also being published by Starbreeze, who have the publishing rights to Payday 2. So it's like within the same family of games as Payday 2. So I thought, you know, it might be kind of interesting. That and the Payday 2 developers, Overkill, have been kind of trying to like shove this game down our throat for months now, with having like a free mask and shit like that for joining the groups. So I thought, you know what, I might as well just finally check this game out. And fortunately, one of my good friends on Steam, one of my older friends from Payday 2, Sir Rekington, gave me a beta key for it. So thank you, Sir Rekington. Love you, man. You're a great player, you're a great guy, and we need to play some Payday 2 soon. So with that key that he gave me, I was able to get in game and check out things and get murdered a couple times. So this game's kind of interesting because you have some character customizations you can do. Right now it's beta, so it's kind of limited, but they're saying it's going to be more in depth than what it is. But each of the 4 available characters right now has a few different little skills. I'm playing as this one hot chick here. I think her name's Meg. So not like Peter Griffin's daughter Meg, but you know, just Meg. So Meg has a toolbox that she can unlock, which will allow her to fix generators in the game much quicker. And she has a few other things, like she can run a little bit faster than people without leaving a trail behind her, so like enemy can follow it, that kind of thing. She's pretty cool. I like her. So here's what happens. Once you get into the game, you are with a team of 3 other survivors. It's important to kind of note that right now, the game will not start until you get 4 survivors with you. So you may sit there for like a couple minutes waiting for the lobby to finally fill and for nobody to leave. So once you have 4 survivors, then you go in game, loads up, and you guys are put into the map. And your goal is to find the 4 generators that are scattered around the map, repair them, run to the exit, flip the switch to open up the exit, and then run your ass out of there. So what you're seeing here is my very first game. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. The heartbeat thing that you can hear, that's the sound that like you hear from like the killer coming. And you can see he finds me pretty easily. Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just kind of got unlucky, I feel like, a little bit. So the faster the heartbeat sound, the closer he is. You can evade him through windows. You can run away from him as quick as you can. There's like some pretty familiar tropes when it comes to like slasher movies, that kind of stuff. He's slower when it comes to like crawling through windows. You can do some stuff like, you know, throw down obstacles behind you to try and block him. But generally speaking, if you're just running straight away from him, he can catch you. He's pretty fast. So I basically ran away and kind of circled back to where I was, thinking maybe that would keep me safe. My character's been injured. I don't have any healing items, so I'm kind of panting a little bit. So if he ever comes around, he's going to hear that, and he's going to know where I'm at. So I'll admit, I felt a little bit tense during this area. Like, I wasn't scared by any means, but it just felt a little tense because, like, you know, that guy could be out there. And I think that's one thing that, if I've noticed so far about Dead by Daylight that it does well, is that it really gives you that feeling of tension, because you have this pretty big map, and the killer could be anywhere on that map. And while it's incredibly unlikely he's going to be near you unless, you know, you're near the last generator or you're closing in on escaping, you know, the chances of him being near you are pretty much small, but you always have like that impending fear that you have to fight back, that, you know, well, what if he's just around the corner? Or what if he's, you know, right over here? Or what if I run right here? Is he going to know where I'm at? You know, at least from the start, you can get the first couple generators fairly easily. When it gets down to like 1 or 2 left, if the killer's very smart, then he'll be able to thwart you from that. You have to work together with your teammates to try and prevent him from killing you guys. So I'm kind of limping around the map right now. I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But eventually I find my way into this little room here. So I wander down in here and I see, oh, blood everywhere and some meat hook looking things. Where could I possibly be? Oh, well, I'm in the killer's home. This is his home, apparently. I walked right into it. So I hear the heartbeat thing, and I think, fuck, you know, I'm so screwed. So I decide to hide. Maybe if I wasn't like bleeding and she wasn't like making a lot of noise from where she was hurt, he might have went past me and not noticed me. But he noticed me pretty quickly, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I got put on the meat hook, and yeah, then this happened here. So yeah, it looks kind of painful. Sounds kind of painful. It sucked. I felt very powerless. I felt very helpless during this whole thing. Like, you know, I could just, I knew he was gonna find me. I knew it. Like, I knew there was no way I was coming out of this without getting fucked up. So, I knew it was gonna happen, and yeah. You don't actually get killed until you get sacrificed. So, like, he can slash you twice and you'll fall down, but you can be rescued. Or you get back up for some reason he just fucks off and leaves you alone. So I think that's kind of cool, that you can't just be killed outright, at least not right now, and not by the slasher killer. But once he sacrifices you, you're dead. That's it. Round game for you. You're done. And I guess that's like, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a problem. It is, because, you know, you die and everything. But the game just feels very shallow and kind of incomplete. Like, I wouldn't say I got bored playing this game, but I wouldn't play this game for a long amount of time. Like, you know, a couple rounds here and there, and that's it. And I think that's kind of the problem with it, is that it's very simplistic, at least as far as the beta goes. I mean, there might be more stuff, and there's going to be more stuff as the game comes out, and as, you know, they do updates or whatever. But my impression of this game right now is not that, you know, oh, this is going to be so much fun. I mean, yeah, there's some skills you can unlock, and the survivors reach a little bit different. But there's not a whole lot that's bringing me back and telling me to, you know, well, why don't you just go do it again, you know? There's just a very few number of maps. They're very small. It's basically the same thing, you know, go light the generators, get out. Nothing about it makes me just want to say, oh yeah, it's the best game ever, want to play this for hours. There's nothing like that in this game at all. I guess the one upside is that, you know, if you do die, then you get all of your points or whatever right whenever you die, so you can just go ahead and leave and go to a different game if you want. So I headed to the second game, feeling a little bit more confident than what I was before, thinking that, you know, well, maybe this will be the game where I actually do pretty good, right? Like, I know a little bit more about this game, I can survive, I can win. And things go pretty well. I managed to repair a generator, and managed to stay alive, which is good, because I was expecting to stay alive. I see the slasher chasing down somebody else, and I decided, you know, let that happen. You know, fuck that guy. But also, knowing what the slasher is will enable me to go and do something else that needs to be done, like repair a generator. And I can do that with relative safety because he's not near me. It's important to know that the slasher actually plays in first person, so he has a much more narrow like cone of view than what you do as a survivor. So that's kind of an important distinction to make. So 2 games under my belt and having unlocked my first equipable item as well as perk, I decided to go ahead and head into a third game and just kind of see what happens. So at this point, I've played for about 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes. So each game about 15 minutes long or so. So I go to my third game thinking, you know, maybe I can do this, maybe we'll have a little better luck. And so things start out pretty well. I go with a couple of my teammates at the start to kind of stick with them, and then I kind of split off and do my own thing. Eventually I come up to this generator here, and things are going really well. I'm repairing it, things are going great, and then I miss one of the key clicks. So whenever you're repairing something, or whenever you're trying to free yourself from one of the killer's traps or heal yourself, you'll get prompts that allow you to go a little bit quicker if you hit spacebar within the right time frame. I did that except for the last one, which ended up creating a lot of fucking noise and kind of caused problems, because then the killer came rolling up, as you guys can see here, and my ass had to book it. Now, try as I might, I was unable to evade him, which led to me getting my ass beat down. However, around that time, my teammates were able to get the last generator turned on and then hit the switch on the escape gate. I think the killer can actually close the gate, so if the gate's open, he can go up there and close it, and then you have to wait, I guess, and do it again. Because the second game, I almost escaped that one, but whenever I went back to the gate thinking that, you know, it'd be open, it was closed. So I'm guessing the guy who had opened it, you know, had opened it, and then the killer closed it, and I couldn't get through because it wouldn't open in time. So that sucked, definitely. But with the third game here, I end up getting grabbed by the killer, and I get put on the meat hook here. And surely to God, I'm dying. People are starting to escape. Just whenever I think that my goose is cooked, someone comes up and rescues me. Unfortunately, he didn't check the ground in front first, and he gets snared by one of the killer's traps. And right about that time, our dear psychotic friend starts rolling back our way. Thinking quickly and knowing that I can't do anything to help him, I do the next best thing, and I save my fucking ass, and I get out of there. So I run away, as you guys can see here, and our little friend, my rescuer, is left to die. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, my friend. So I'm sorry for your luck, Lady Joker. If you ever see this video, then thank you for saving me. I appreciate it. And I will try and save you again in the future if you want to be friends and hang out. But considering you got sacrificed to a murderer and whatever else, I'm guessing you probably don't want to hang out. Sorry. Now, playing as the killer was a little bit more interesting. It was definitely pretty thrilling to chase down other players, trying to find where they are, and kind of get inside of their head, figure out what they're doing, what they're thinking. And then, of course, playing cat and mouse with people. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like pretty much a psycho with that, like chasing people around in circles, trying to hack them up with my sword, and then put them on the meat hook. I mean, it was a pretty brutal but cool experience. So, playing as a killer is definitely fun, definitely interesting. It's hard to manage 4 different people. This was obviously my first time playing as a killer. I had a really hard time finding lobbies and getting them to fill playing as killer, so I only got one good game in with the killer. But it was fun playing as killer, and I think if I had some more opportunities to do that, probably be a little bit more, a little easier to manage, a little easier to do. But yeah, laying some traps and then chasing people around, hacking them up. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. There's a certain satisfaction that comes from putting another player in a meat hook and sacrificing him to whoever or whatever the sacrifice is to. That's just very, very awesome. So yeah, overall, I would say, at least from my little bit of time I spent with the game today, it was fun. It's not something I don't think I'd pay much money for. Like, it was $5 or $10, I would be 100% like, yes, go out and get this game. Pre-order it, let's play this thing, let's do it. But right now the game is $15.99, so it's a little... So it's not terribly expensive. You can get the digital deluxe edition, which has a few other goodies in it, for $23.99. There are other, obviously other survivors and other killers planned. One of them is actually a hillbilly with a chainsaw and looks like like an improvised hammer of some sort. So I mean, that'd be pretty painful. But the game launches in 3 days, so if I have nothing better to do, I might go ahead and get it and try it. But overall, not really super enthralled, not super impressed about it. It's fun, it's cool, but I don't see it really lasting that long and being entertaining, you know, another week from now or a month from now. In a lot of ways, I feel like it has a lot of the same problems that other multiplayer-only games do. They might start out strong, or people might really be interested in them at first, but they kind of flame out pretty easily. I mean, just look at Evolve. I mean, Evolve, yeah, had a lot of DLC and shit going for it, but had way more content and way more like customization, way more stuff you could do with it than like a game like this, for example. Maybe the lower price point will help to keep this game going, but I'm kind of concerned with how this game is going to do in a month from now. Like, people are going to be completely moved on from it. Are people going to even be playing? It's just, I don't know. A lot of questions. Can't really tell. So it's one to keep an eye on, but I don't think I'm going to be getting it to start. So let me know what you guys think of Dead by Daylight if you've tried it. If you have not tried it and you're planning on getting it, then please let me know. If someone out there has a free copy of this game they want to give me, then go, by all means, you know, I'd be more than happy to take that. But right now, not really looking to buy in it. Zach's been a good time gaming. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like anything you saw today. And remember to always have a good time gaming.